Hi guys. Okay. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Kelsey. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today, I'm doing a get ready with me, but as you can tell, I already have like foundation on. That is because I was not recording, so yay. I need to, by the way, I was having issues with like my lighting and stuff, so I'm gonna turn that up really quick because I feel like I need more light. So welcome to day 4 of Vlogmas. Again, like I said, this is a get ready with me today, but I've already been getting ready and thought I was filming, but I wasn't. And I went to adjust lighting and I was like, cool. So I already did like my foundation, so I'll just give you a quick little run through on what I was using. I primed my face with the Smashbox Photo Finish Radiance Primer. This is something that I'm trying to finish off by the end of the year, and I feel like I'm really close. And then for foundation, I used the Revolution Conceal and Define Full Coverage Foundation, and I just used like a tiny bit of this. I just went in like a few little dots and then blended it out. So I feel like I don't have a ton of this on, but it is really full coverage, so it covers well. So I used that, and then for concealer, just under my eyes, I used the e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer. And while I wasn't filming, I mentioned that this has been breaking me out. I have a giant pimple on the side of my face here, and I realized I haven't used this concealer in a long time. I have 2 shades. This is like the darker shade, and both of them are very light. But I realized, I was like, why haven't I been using this? And I was like, oh, it's just because it's a lighter concealer and it's been summer and I've been a little bit darker. And so I realized this morning, I was like, why have I been breaking out so much? I feel like I've been like, I have a giant pimple here. I've got a few on my chin that keep coming in. I remembered this concealer breaks me out, and that's why I stopped using it. And I was just using it under my eyes. And so I am no longer using it on my face, and I'm just using it under my eyes. And then to set everything down, I went in with the Glossier Wowder Powder, and I mentioned that I may have had a little bit of a slip up during my no-buy recently because Glossier was doing 20% off on their website for Black Friday weekend, and I had a credit on my account with them, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna buy a few things. So oops, and those will be coming soon. And then I started to go in with my Bare Minerals Warmth to warm up my face a little bit because all of these products are very light and I'm feeling very white. And that's when I realized I was not recording. So here we are. Welcome. So I was mentioning that with this product, I just need like the tiniest amount because a little goes a very long way, and it is quite a pigmented product. But what I like to do is take my brush and like really work it into the brush, not just like barely pick it up, but like really work it into the brush, which is kind of Bare Minerals' whole thing, like their swirl tap buff kind of thing. And so swirled it into the product, tapping off excess, and then I'm going in, and you can see that's pretty dang orange, like that's quite a bit of color there. But I'm just gonna go in initially to the places that I would want bronzer, and then I'm gonna blend it out because it blends really well. This product has a little bit of a sheen to it, but it's definitely not like shimmery, and it's not like a shiny product, but it just brings like this life and like almost like plumpness to your skin, if that makes sense. It just makes your skin look healthy. And I'm bringing that down my neck because my neck tends to be quite pale as well. I was also mentioning earlier, while I wasn't filming, that my camera situation is a little different right now. I'm actually kind of like in between cameras. So my husband does some video work and photography stuff, and so he is kind of like always changing his camera gear, and so we've been a Sony family for the last probably year and a half, 2 years maybe. And before that, he was using I don't remember. I used it for like a year and I don't remember what it was, but it was another brand of camera. And recently he bought a Canon camera. And so that's what I actually used for day 1 and day 2 of Vlogmas, as well as the video before that, my BoxyCharm recap video. And I really enjoyed the look I was getting with that camera. It was just like, I feel like I was able to get my lighting really well, and it just had like a really nice like softness to it that just looked really good. But today's video and day 3 of Vlogmas, I am not using that because he has it with him, and so I'm using my Sony camera that I have been using for probably a year and a half or so, a year, whatever. And I'm just displeased. I'm not happy with it. So I took a little bit more warmth and I'm just kind of putting it everywhere because I am pretty fair right now, and those products that I used really like dulled down my skin. I just want to bring some life back, and so I'm just kind of putting it everywhere to bring some color back to my face, bring some life back to my skin. For blush, I don't know what I want to use for blush. I think I might actually use this. So this is the Wander Beauty Wondrous Dusk to Dawn face palette, and I've been using it as a mirror because it has a nice little mirror. But I am going to use the blush shade Havana Nights. It's this kind of like pinky rosy color. It's really nice. It does have like a little bit of a gold shimmer to it, but really pretty. I'm going to actually switch brushes. I'm going to use my Moda like giant powder brush. And I'm just taking a little bit, because it is a little bit of a darker blush color, and just applying it to my cheeks. You've seen any of my Get Ready With Me's before. I always need to put blush on my brow bone. There's just something about it that just like, I feel like pulls the look together. It makes you look a little like sunburnt, and I really like that look. So I'm just putting it on my cheeks, on my brow bone. Something nice with this brush is that it definitely gives you like a very blended look because it is such a large brush. Just makes it really easy to like apply product really evenly. Ugh. I haven't had like a substantial breakout on my cheek in a long time, and it's so annoying because you just like, you cover it up and then you put blush on it, and it just brings it to life. Go away. Then I'm just taking the excess and kind of putting it all over. Again, I just want some like color on my face. I feel like it makes it look less like I have blush right there, and more just like, oh, I'm flushing. And then since we're here already and it's convenient, I'm gonna take the highlight from this palette. It's in the shade City Lights, and it's kind of like a goldy, well, it's definitely a gold color. And I'm taking, again, another Moda brush. This is a nice diffusing highlighter brush. Tapping into there and applying it to the high points of my face. I do have to be a little careful with this highlight because it is pretty gold. If I go in too heavy-handed, or if I go in with like a denser brush, it just kind of like looks like I have a gold streak on my face. So I like to use this brush with it. It diffuses it out a little bit, makes it a little softer. The only thing with this brush is sometimes it applies like such a little amount that it doesn't look like I have highlight on at all, which isn't like terrible. I get oily throughout the day anyway, so a little bit of glow is great, but I do like to kind of go in on my Cupid's bow and like bring a little bit of shine because I feel like it helps a little bit. Now I'm done with the face. Moving on to eyes. Recently I've been going like 1 or 2 ways with eyeshadow, and I think I'm gonna go the easy one today. So I've either been doing like zero eyeshadow, like absolutely zero eyeshadow, and then just like really building up some lashes and going in with brows, and I've been actually really enjoying that look. Or I've been doing like a full on like glittery like shadow, and I love both of them. But today I'm off-ish today, and so I have some errands to run. I'm actually gonna be walking here in a few minutes. I need to actually go walk and get one of our cars. It's at one of our coffee shops, and it's like a mile walk from here, so I'm gonna walk over there. But I'm not really feeling the eyeshadow thing today, so I'm just gonna kind of make sure that there's not like anything weird going on with my lids. Sometimes when I do my foundation, like it like partially ends up on my eyes and partially not. And so just blending some stuff out. It doesn't look crazy. I did have a little bit of highlight on my brow bone, which I actually might go in and kind of deepen that up a little bit. So I'm just taking a little fluffy brush and going back into the same highlight. I'm gonna highlight my brow bone just a little more intentionally and just like a touch in the inner corner. And just really like swirling that out to blend it so it just looks like a little bit of highlight and not like a spot of gold. So I think that's where I'm gonna stop with eyeshadow. I'm gonna pull you a little bit closer for brows and stuff, and you can get a little bit closer of a look to what my face looks like, I guess. Hi, gonna lift you up a little bit too. Now for brows, something that is in my project pan this year is the It Cosmetics Brow Power. So I'm gonna use this for my brows today. You have a spoolie on one end and like the product. So I'm gonna just spoolie through my brows and then fill them in. So annoying. I feel like I always have an issue with my left brow. Like I'll do my right brow and I'm like, oh wow, that looks great. And then I go into my left brow and I'm like, what? What happened? Why can't I do this anymore? I don't know if it's like the cross body action that has to happen with my arm or like how I'm holding the mirror. But it never turns out like I want it to. But I do feel like the longer I sit here with it and try to finagle it to what I want, the worse it gets. So we're gonna leave it at that. Now the product that's gonna tie it all together is the Flower Beauty Bubble Brow. This stuff is fantastic. I've talked about this in a few videos recently, but I've had it for quite a while and I just have never talked about it nor showed how to use it. So it's a little bit of a complex product because you have to have water on hand. So you have a little brush. I'm gonna dip the spoolie side in some water and then I'm gonna run it through the product here. And then you just kind of comb that through your brows. And I feel like it just like holds the brows in place so well. I feel like it breaks up the brow product underneath just a little bit to make it look like it's actually like sitting on your brows and not on your skin. So I love this product. I'm a huge fan of a natural shaped bold brow, especially when I have a very minimal like everything else look going on. I feel like it just kind of brings the look together. Right now I feel like it looks a little intense, but like bring down the hair and it just kind of like, I don't know, I still have to put mascara on and a lip, so we're almost there. And then mascara, I'm gonna use a primer because the mascara I'm using today, I'm not so sure of. But the primer, this is from Lancome. I've had this for like so long. I just kind of found it the other day and was like, what is this primer? I don't remember having this. So I'm using it as a lash primer. I feel like it helps with volume a little bit. And then for mascara, I'm going to be using the Manica Dar Beauty Bloom Volumizing Mascara. And this is a product I got in BoxyCharm a while ago and just, I don't think I ever really used it and just kind of forgot about it, and it had been sitting in my vanity. So this last Shop My Stash, I brought it up because I forgot about it. I used it the other day and there's definitely, what are those things called? Like lash fibers in here. And so if you're not careful, it definitely gets in your eye and that's super uncomfortable. But I feel like it does a good job of building length. Volume, I'm not so sure of though. Has a real funky wand, which I'm not sure if it makes it easier or harder to use. I haven't quite decided. I'm There's something about this left eye today that is just not cooperating with me. Mascara all over the place. Brows are weird. So with being in Vlogmas, I'm doing a video every day. What are some videos you guys are interested in seeing? Or like, I've been thinking of doing some get ready with me's for like holiday party or like Christmas or just like glittery. So is there anything particular you guys would like to see? I'd love to know your thoughts. Leave them down below if you have any suggestions or ideas. I definitely have a plan of things I'm wanting to do, but there's a few days where I don't have quite a set plan yet, so leave me your ideas. So that's about as good as I'm gonna get it with these lashes, I think, which is kind of unfortunate. I was hoping for a little more volume. I'm gonna try another coat here and see what happens. Maybe. Another nice thing about not wearing eyeshadow is that to clean up any kind of mascara mess is much easier. Gonna spray down my face using the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water. And to finish off the look for today's theme of less is more, I'm just gonna go in with a lip gloss. I'm not quite sure which one I want to do though. I have the Dominique Cosmetics Lemonade lip gloss. This one's like a nice pink color. Or I can do the Tarteist lip paint, and this is like a pinky, shifty, shimmery one. I think I might use the Tarte one. Yeah. I finally figured out what these Tarte lip glosses smell like. When I got this last year, I think I got this last year in BoxyCharm, like at the end of the year, maybe early this year. I was like, there's something, this smell is like super nostalgic. What is it? It's a chocolate chapstick. It smells exactly like chocolate chapstick. And I'm not complaining. So I'm gonna back you up a little bit. This camera also doesn't have zoom, so I'll just move it in and out. But that is the look for today. Very basic, very simple, but that's kind of my everyday look. So that's it for today. Again, if you have any ideas for what you'd like to see in the rest of Vlogmas, make sure to leave those ideas down below. I'd love to hear from you. But thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe down below if you haven't already. I would love to have you around. And until next time, bye guys.